warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh everyone. Good morning and welcome to the first Nama Knowledge Sharing series. Today we have our Head of Partnerships and PR, our respected, our beloved Encik Ghani Ibrahim. And today we will have the opportunity to ask Encik Ghani to make use of his many 30 years experiences in this industry and to explore the depths of volunteerism. And Encik Ghani, we would like to explore with you the practical aspects of knowledge management, volunteer management, and not just in any aspect, but volunteer management made practical, and the effective modules on how do we utilize it and implement it.
Okay, thank you, Zaid. I've been in this field for the last more than 20 years. Started when I was very young, in school, in fact. But then what I want to share today is very much on how we going to manage when you have influx of volunteers registering with your organization. For example, after a disaster, then you have like thousands of them registering to your organization. And then after that, how are you going to be left with a huge number of volunteers, and how are you going to manage that? Then meaning you need to meet their expectation, you need to take care of them, you need to manage them through the program, projects, activities. So you have a lot on your hands. So we are going to explore models that I've used before, and during this session we're going to explore only 4 models. The most top 4 I believe that we have been using, and the most successful, and also most commonly used by other organizations also.
Alright.
Okay.
What would be the first one that you would say model number 1?
Okay, the first one, I think the top priority that we used before was a mentor-mentee program, where we have a mentor taking care of more than one mentee sometimes. And then the mentor has to be a senior volunteer, and he be guiding the younger volunteers onto their development of their skill, participation in the program, and also to guide them through developing to become another mentor himself. Okay. But there are challenges in this field, because we noticed that after some time, the mentee become very dependent on the mentor. So every time you want to do something, this group of mentees is going to refer to the mentor. Or sometimes, if mentor cannot make it, or some mentor somehow or another stop being a volunteer with the organization, then the whole group of mentees under him or her just drop out. So that's why there's a challenge, and also there's a setback that we need to consider also. So maybe after a while, the mentor need to have another so-called like assistant mentor, so that the group can go on and grow.
I see, I understand. I think exactly this mentor-mentee concept that Encik Ghani is saying is that having a more senior person with experience to guide and hold their hands, but also to an extent give them a level of autonomy, right? So that they themselves can take initiatives as well, right? And I think that's what Encik Ghani does here at Nama Foundation as well with me. So next, Encik Ghani, what will be the next model?
Yeah, okay, the second model that I think the most interesting and also the most successful, but with some challenges. But anyway, what happens that after 2004 flood in Malaysia, my organization at that time, we received thousands of registration. People flocking to our door to register, to want to become a volunteer.
Everyone wants to contribute.
Yeah, want to contribute. So what happens that we have like thousands of people registering, and then we were left with like a few of us to manage the whole lots of volunteers. So we come up with a model, we call it SIG, Special Interest Group, where we select a group of them based on their interest. For example, if this group they like to do program in maybe let's say children related, or another group we have a like survey, and then we group them according to their interest. So maybe another group they like to do environment, another group maybe disabled, another group maybe technology. So we make up this so-called SIG group according to their interest, and then within these SIGs we establish so-called a committee among themselves.
Mhm.
So, but then led by senior volunteers.
Okay.
So each SIG, they have the autonomy to plan, raise fund,
Mhm.
and implement their own project.
Mhm.
So it was very healthy because SIG children, not putting up their program and building their program, and the other group was competing to have the better program. I mean, like the environment SIG,
Understood.
they wanted to have a better program, so they were inviting me and the rest of the team also to come and see their program. So it was very good. I mean, the SIG was booming and they do with heap of activities among themselves, but
Mm.
but
Lots of
after-
challenges, yeah.
Yeah, there are always challenges.
sure, yeah.
For sure. One, the SIG become very territorial
Okay.
because
They have sense of pride and ownership.
Not only that, because they think that if you are in my group, in my SIG, this volunteer cannot go to the other SIG.
I see.
Which is not supposed to be that way.
Mm.
And again, sometimes the resources that we supposed to share among the SIG, because we are in the same organization with the same mission. But the things that once they have that kind of like their own sense of ownership too high, then they want to share it among the groups also. So that become very not very healthy. And then I think what we should have done, I think we should again regroup, and maybe we need to think of finding a way where they can come back and work in a group again, in one big group again. So I think that's a warning that if you want to do this SIG concept, make sure it's okay to have a SIG, many SIGs, but at the same time you need to have a bigger group kind of activities.
Understood.
Yeah.
So basically, it's identifying the strength on each individual, grouping them into the place where they can contribute the most, have healthy competition, but also make it inter-department as well, right? So that they can work together as a team.
It's not like in silo.
Not only in
okay,
silo,
yeah.
exactly. I understand. How about the next one, Chigani? What will be the next one?
Next one, we call it buddy system.
Alright.
But this one, I mean, it's good to have this buddy system. Again, the senior going to become a buddy to the new one, or maybe the new one also can become a buddy to the new one also, with a guided kind of program. But the only setback is that again, they become very dependent and they become again territorial. I mean, if you are my buddy, then you cannot be not another buddies. So again, there are always competition in that, because sometimes you have this very good buddy, but then the other guy say no, I have not very good buddy. So again, there's internal conflict sometimes happen. But it's good if you have a lot of people that willing to come up out of their time, spend their time and skill to become buddy of another person, that you see that this guy need to have mentor or buddy into a certain field. Just to simply put, okay, if you have this so-called technology program, and you see this guy as a potential buddy to another technology program, so you can pair them for a while, and then after that you can split them. They become, you can choose another buddy to become his new body, and then the thing can grow, because body supposed to be one to one, but afterwards you can split them, then become like a body to another body.
Basically, allowing them to find other buddies as well.
Yeah.
Maybe one buddy is not permanent.
Don't have to be permanently a buddy too.
So you can maybe
if
every
not,
3 months.
yeah, because if not, they become very dependent and also become territorial.
I see, understood. Always, I think we always have to expand and always have to get out of our comfort zones, right?
Yeah,
Finding new mentors. How about the final one, Chigan? The final module that you would.
Yeah, okay. The final one I want to touch today, actually, the skill-based system. Skill-based volunteering is very good again, to have a system where skilled volunteers, to have a group of volunteers under him or together with him or her, based on the skill. For example, if you want to do environment, so you have this guy very good in environment knowledge, skill. So you have a few others also in the same kind of category, or don't have to be the same category, but they have interest in that category. This one also very good, just that you need to be aware of sometimes when we have this kind of grouping, this skill-based grouping, one group they have a lot of activity because the need or the demand during that time. But then the other group of skill-based volunteering group, they do not have that many activities, and they do not have the so-called the lead or the leader or the group head to initiate that kind of skill-based program. So because sometimes most of the time the so-called skilled volunteers, they are so much focused into what they want to do and into what the field that they want to do. So sometimes it's quite difficult to create or generate activities within that area, and also during that particular time, because that's why you need to have like, this is the time, this is the people, this is the program that you want to do. So to find that exact moment, the people, the resources, that time within that so-called skill or skill-based, not really happening. So that's why you need to be careful of that.
I see. So always having, it's not just about the right expertise, but also the right expertise with the right leadership qualities as well, right?
And also timing also quite important.
Timing is important as well. And I think from all these 4 different modules, I see that it's definitely 4 different approaches. But I think the challenge here is how do we integrate all these 4, knowing that it's not just taking one module and going all the way with it, right?
Yeah.
It's at every given moment picking which one is the right module, right?
I think what we did before I left the organization, we combined all the 4 modules.
Okay.
Actually, there are a few more that we explore. There's a few more, but I think this top 4 actually I think was the best combination that we have tried. And then we have combination of this, and then also on top of that we have the SIG. But then we managed to have a common activity, so that the sense of belonging to one organization, not to only SIG. And we have that. At the same time, we have mentor-mentee, because some senior, they think they can not mentor more than 1 or 2. They should sometimes up to like 10 mentees. So it was doing very well. And then buddy system again, just to keep them together with the organization. Every now and then we ask them to change buddy. And then in terms of skill, we managed to get a number of people to come in as like the lead of the so-called skill-based activities, and then we gather them, and even sometimes we managed to get non-skill-based people to come into the program. So alhamdulillah, I think by combining all 4 models, I think we managed to get the volunteering program up and running again after some issues.
Is that like a practical approach in terms of like probably a technique that we can do? In terms of knowing which module, which time to use it?
I think right after you have influx of volunteers registration or interest, you can start doing your SIG, because SIG very much empowering the group to become independent, self-autonomy. Because they are gonna have their own committee or stuff. At the same time, you need to start having so-called mentor-mentee, because we cannot let them loose on their own with their own group. So that's why mentor-mentee come in, and then the senior volunteers become the mentor to manage and also to sort of like control and guide the newer volunteers. And then only then you go into buddy system, and also skill-based at later stage, where you have identified these people are good in this and that, and then only then you put into programs.
And I think definitely, Chigani, it is definitely a process. I think the suggestions and the advices that Chigani is giving is a process in which when organizations receive volunteers, you have to go through a process of maturing this group of volunteers, right? And the end goal is definitely where these volunteers have a sense of understanding, sense of autonomy, sense of respect and hierarchy, but also knowing when to give their skills, and also when to learn from the expert as well, right?
Yeah, I think there are a few other aspects that as an organization, need to take care of. One, actually, the do and don'ts, because sometimes we forgot when we are busy and volunteer, we forgot to tell them this is what things that you can do, and these are things that you cannot. And then on top of that, you need to have like a charter where you volunteer, sign and agree and understand that these are the things that guiding the volunteering in your organization, because sometimes meeting expectation of volunteers is not that easy. So if we have that charter up front, okay, this is what we plan to do, this is we're going to be doing it together, and they have to understand the basic of volunteering. And on top of that, we need to have a continuous training, where the basic volunteer training, the exposure to volunteering, I mean that kind of stuff. So I think that these four elements, the charter, administration, training, and also putting the program together, so all that need to be in place. And on top of that, the model that we plan to have.
Has to be going. Alright. So thank you so much, Gani, for the knowledge sharing series. And I think as a summary, I would say that in a nutshell, volunteer management is not only receiving a lot of volunteers, but also knowing what to do with them, making them feel valued, making them feel like they want to do more. And all this is the responsibility of the organizations that receive the volunteers.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I think I would like to say thank you so much, Gani, for the knowledge shared, and may it be beneficial to all of us, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.